The sale of Solid Energy's Stockton mine in Westport is being hailed by the region's leaders as a new start, carrying the hope of new jobs. Stockton and two Waikato mines, Rotowaro and Maramarua, have been sold by the administrators of the failed state-owned enterprise to a joint venture of newcomer Bathurst Resources and the food company Tallies. The rest of Solid Energy's mines have been sold to two other small operators, ending the drawn-out 4-year collapse. Ian Telfer has this report.
Bathurst Resources burst onto the New Zealand scene from Australia in 2013, promising a big and controversial new coal mine on the Denniston Plateau near Westport, though the project stalled. Today, Bathurst's fortunes changed as it bought 3 major mines and became the country's largest coal company. The chief executive, Richard Takon, says it'll be a big lift in the size of the company.
These are great assets. Solid Energy have done a fantastic job even in this last 6 months to grow this business, and we see them as a fantastic add-on to our existing operations and our existing customer base.
Appropriately enough, after Solid Energy's implosion, the new Bathurst Tallies company being formed is called Phoenix Coal. Mr Takon wouldn't say how much Bathurst has paid, but says it'll need to borrow money to fund the purchase. He says the company will be giving more details on Wednesday. But Westport's Mayor, Gary Howard, is already welcoming the deal.
Really pleased about the process, particularly and firstly the board and the management of Solid Energy to continue the mines operating while going through a sales process has been absolutely dynamic, and congratulate them for getting there. And with the actual sale to Bathurst Tallies, really good. Looking forward to working with Phoenix, which is the company concerned, and actually making sure it progresses and keeps good relationships with the community.
Stockton's workforce has crashed from its peak of 1,200 people to just 250 today. Gary Howard says there's now hope Bathurst can take advantage of a big rebound in the coking coal price this year to expand the number of jobs. The West Coast organiser for the E2 union, Garth Elliott, says the sale's good news because the last 4 years have been so difficult.
Really hard for them, I think. A lot of insecurities. They didn't know where they were from one minute to the next, really. Solid Energy would tell them, that the process is ongoing and it's looking very positive, but in the back of their minds, they were all wondering really what's actually going to happen. Are these places going to be sold? Am I going to be out of a job? So obviously, there's a lot of processes to go through and a lot of things to do, but ultimately it's a little bit more positive today than what it was yesterday.
The union's so relieved even the prospect of the mines being sold into private hands doesn't worry it. The Labour Party says the sale's a sad indictment on the government, which it says destroyed a valuable company. But the Minister of Finance, Bill English, says this is the best deal possible.
No, we're absolutely sure it's the right thing. The government had bailed out Solid Energy once before, then it got in trouble again. The government's track record in these commodity businesses is government ownership isn't that good. But look, this is making the best of a situation we would have all been better to have avoided.
Not everyone's happy with this deal, especially environmentalists who oppose coal mining and are alarmed at the prospect that Bathurst Resources' Denniston project next door to Stockton might now move ahead. For Checkpoint, Ian Telfer.